Hey guys, this is Chase from BurnoutInc, and today I'm going to do an unboxing and a review on the new SH Figuarts Vegeta. I found this guy at Hastings for about $46, so that was pretty cool. Didn't have to, pay over $50 for him online. Awesome, that's his packaging right there. It's pretty cool. It's got a nice picture of Vegeta screaming right there. I always like these pictures that SH Figuarts does for the Dragon Ball Z characters. And on the back it's got a couple of animations or poses you can do for Vegeta. It's got the over 9,000 one, which I believe they were like, okay, we know fans love this, so they just decided to include it. He comes with a scouter and he has an energy blast. And I was really excited too because he's got the tail that wraps around his waist. Alright, so let's get him outside of the package. Alright, so there's all of his coolness outside of the packaging. Oh, outside the box at least. And here we have the Prince of Saiyans in all of his masculine glory. And I have to say, this figure is badass. It is off the scales, man. Well, let's get a quick measurement on him. See, Vegeta is standing at just short of 6 inches overall, at the very point of his hair. And that's something I've been meaning to do on a lot of my figure reviews was, actually measure out their height and stuff like that. So I'll start doing that on a more consistent basis. But anywho, here we go. Prince of Saiyans, Vegeta, right here. Totally awesome. Paint job on this thing is absolutely perfect. It is sick. Love the shading in the blues. And there's like kind of a really nice, like a black wash going on in his arms. Looks really cool. It's a lot darker too than the first Vegeta we got that you saw back here, the Super Saiyan one, which I reviewed way back when I first started my channel. He's got some nice gray washes too going in on the gloves and down here on the boots. The armor too has got some cool detailing going on in there too. And the way they colored in the lines on his shoulder pads and his like crotch and hip pads down here too. They also did a good job painting on the little ab area here too. And I like too that you can actually see the top of his uniform coming out of his armor as well. Nice job. The hair looks cool too. You'd actually think this is all just black, but I believe there's a lighter coating of black in there too to kind of highlight it. I mean, it's not just the light reflecting off of it. I'm actually seeing different shades of black in there, so that's really awesome. And yeah, I think he looks really cool with just the black eyebrows and the black eyes. I absolutely love the Super Saiyan version of him, so I knew this, if they did just a regular Vegeta, that SH Figuarts would just nail it, and they absolutely did. And then of course he's got the tail down here. This is obviously his circular tail, which wraps around him. It's just kept on a little peg right there. It's actually got 2 pegs. Cool. See that there? So you can just pop one of them in there, and it hides itself. Otherwise, how do you get the tail off? So then you can have a version of him where he gets his tail cut off. Or there's his other tail. It's not articulated, it's molded, so it's going to be, in this position. But, you can turn it. It's like a jack-in-the-box. Ding, 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 ding. From what I could tell, it looks like these shoulder pads can pop off. And they can. Look at that. Huh. I'm not seeing any replacement things in there right now, or in his packaging, so maybe when I look through the rest of it, maybe there'll be something I can put over here to cover that up. But hey, that's cool. I like it. So before we get into articulation, let's go ahead and stand Monkey Man back up with his tail. Ah, man. Okay, so Vegeta comes with a second head of hair, but this is also how you add on his other faces. It's got, you know, a little square peg right there, and it's got two holes right in here, which are kind of hard to see. So apologize about that, but you take these other heads, which have the front part of his hair, and you just stick them on like that. The other faces you're going to get are a smiling and cocky Vegeta, Vegeta's screaming expression, and one with Vegeta sweating bullets, probably because he's taking a dump. Okay, as to the second head of hair, it actually has a very, very thin kind of peg hole on the left ear, and that's where you stick his famous scouter, which looks really, really cool. Check that out. Looks awesome, nice detail. In fact, I wouldn't mind having 3 or 4 more of those things just to make customs for other characters. So Vegeta has a wide variety of extra hands, which we are about to go through all of them. He's got a pair of flat hands right here. He's got a set of open blast palm hands. He's got 2 pairs of these open, kind of menacing grip looking type hands, which are perfect for, you know, holding onto a bunch of Dragon Balls. And then he's got this for his right hand with his middle and index finger pointed outwards, letting you know that it is time for your prostate exam. Actually, I'm pretty certain there's a significance to this, I'm just not certain what it is. And then we have the most famous hand of all, the crushing scouter hand when he shouts, "It's over 9,000!" And like the last couple of wave of figures, Vegeta has a pair of crossed arms, which you saw on the Piccolo and the Cell figure as well. So we'll see if we can get those on him and make him look right. Okay, those actually went in a lot easier than I thought they were going to. I have a hell of a time getting the ones on Piccolo and Cell, probably mostly because of the way their shoulders are designed. But the nice thing about this Vegeta is because these parts can pop off, it's a lot easier to maneuver his shoulder and then stick the little pegs into the holes. So that's really cool, and you know what, these look really nice. So now we're going to go through the articulation on Vegeta. His head can go left and right really well. You could probably spin it around 360, but it might pop the head joint off. That's as far back as the head can go for flying, so not very far, unfortunately. Can look up and down pretty well, though. See, these little shoulder pads do pop off, so you can, you know, articulate the shoulders as much as you want to, or for, you know, swapping out the arms for the cross arms. But he's got those cool SH Figuarts joints where you can pull out the shoulder to allow much more articulation than what was, you know, previously allowed, or it can just stretch out a little bit farther. But yeah, his shoulders can go all the way around, can move in and out really easily and really smoothly. He's got upper bicep swivel, he's got double bend in the elbow. Very nice. His wrist can rotate all the way around, and it can pivot in and out too. Somewhat. Just not a whole lot. Does have waist articulation. You can pull the waist joint up, and it can rock back and forth a lot farther now. The crotch and the hip guards do have articulation as well. And he's got the same cool SH Figuarts joints in there to where, you know, you can pop out the hip and allow the kicks to go out a little bit further. Unfortunately, for some reason, I had to get one that was extremely loose, so mine won't stay out. He's got double bend in the knee. Can rotate all the way around on the ankle, and he does have some toe articulation with a slight ankle pivot in there as well. Vegeta also comes with this clear plastic stand, which can hold him up really nicely. Just got these little grip claws in there. And then we have his energy blast here, set up on 2 separate pegs. there are these little clear plastic pins. They were on the bottom of the stand, so you're going to have to push those or pull those out from in order to get the extra arms on there, so you can make his little energy blast. But it looks really cool. And another cool feature is that the parts are interchangeable between the regular Vegeta and the Super Saiyan Vegeta. So if you wanted to get crazy and do some, head swapping to have, the front part of his hair black and the back part of his hair black and the front of it to be blonde with the gold eyebrows and the green eyes, Don't know if you can put the Scouter on the Super Saiyan Vegeta, but you can probably get it to work somehow. Overall, I would have to say this Vegeta is a 9 out of 10. I really was hoping that I could give it a perfect score, but I just can't. Looks just like Vegeta. Amazing paint detail. You get a lot of accessories with it. You get a ton of hands, you get interchangeable arms, you get a bunch of different faces. The thing with the alternate hair I thought was kind of cool, but rather unnecessary, because the little peg in there for the Scouter is not noticeable at all. So, you could have him not wearing the Scouter and you wouldn't even tell that it was there. And then of course you get this cool stand with, the energy blasts. That's really awesome. And then of course I also love the fact that this is a Vegeta that comes with a Scouter and comes with his Saiyan tail. I think that's really cool. I would have preferred, if this one had a little bit of articulation to it, if they would have made it out of that bendy, rubbery material, to, where you can pose the tail and stuff like that. But they do give you one like this, or, a sculpted tail, and then they give you a circular tail. So that's really awesome too. The articulation on these figures is always cool, but I just gotta ding it because of how loose these joints are and how easily these hip joints pop out. Like, I messed around with this Vegeta doing posing and stuff like that, and look, his hips are not popping off at all. But if I do it with this one, like even just slightly, I go a little bit too far, it's just going to pop right off. And like I said too, his joints were just really too loose. So it is unfortunate. But I do love the figure. This was Chase from BurnoutInc, and see you next time.